We as Christians are familiar with this phrase, prepare your minds for action. It's from 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. But have you ever wondered exactly what that means? How is it that we prepare our minds for action? Well, knowing what the original Greek word is a huge help to us. So keep watching, and I'm going to tell you how we can apply preparing our minds for action to our professional life, our businesses, our career in a meaningful way. Hi, my name is Shawn Sommerkamp, and this is Motivationeer Christian Coaching. So as I said in the intro, the passage comes from 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Different translations say it a little differently. The first one I'll read is the NIV. It says, "Therefore, with minds that are alert and fully sober, set your hope on the grace to be brought to you when Jesus Christ returns." The NASB says, "Therefore, prepare your minds for action, keep sober in spirit." And then in the New Living Translation, it just says, "Prepare your minds for action and exercise self-control." Prepare your minds for action and exercise self-control. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Well, this word prepare in the prepare your minds for action literally only occurs once in the entire New Testament. I don't want to try to pronounce it, but I'm going to use the Blue Letter Bible app online to pronounce it for us. Here's that word.
Strong's G 328, anadzonomy. Anadzonomy.
Okay, anadzonomy. That word literally means when it's describing an ancient practice in the Middle East when someone was getting ready for a long journey or to start hard work, they would take their long flowing clothes and bind them up, to kind of tie them up, and tuck them firmly into their belt. For those of you who've remembered this passage from the King James Version, this is the gird up your loins. That's what that means. You know, gird up your loins sounds so weird and creepy, but it means take everything that's going to slow you down, kind of wrap it up neatly and kind of tuck it into your belt, and then start running or start walking or start working, right? This is the concept behind preparing our minds. How we want to apply it, and what I'm recommending you consider doing, is thinking about what situation gets your mind tuned to its highest output. What can you do to take what is flowing and could possibly distract you or get in your way and tuck it away, out of the way, so that you can be ready for great cognitive output? There's a great book that I've read that I recommend. Wait a minute. Willpower Doesn't Work by Benjamin Hardy. Really great book. It describes how to set up our environment to make the very best of our day, our output, to make us most efficient. Please read it. He's, as I've said in other videos, he's an environmental design engineer. Now, I've also mentioned a little bit about this topic in that it was a efficiency mindset series, Knowing Our Power Hours. That's knowing when your mind is really functioning its best. For me, it's early in the morning. But there's lots of other things that get our minds ready for great output, to prepare our minds. These things might include putting on a little thought music, which I've mentioned before, the type of food that we eat, the lighting. When we have a big, important cognitive heavy resource or investment to make, the things that we do right before it are going to impact it. We could be distracted by something like having a big, heavy talk with someone before you're required to really put a lot of cognitive mental effort into something. Might not be the best time to have that big talk, let's say. Or to have a big, huge physical activity, let's say over the weekend, so you burn yourself out when you have a really big, important meeting, an important presentation on Monday. So we want to prepare our minds for the type of activity that we want. There's another book that I've read many years ago, but it's still very applicable today. It's called The Biology of Success by Dr. Bob Arnott. He was the medical doctor that would tag along with the NBC journalists when they were covering the storm, the war, Desert Storm. And he would help them. He was a paid consultant to help them be their best for reporting and being crisp and sharp to report the news. In the same way, he spent a lot of time talking about the food that they eat, the rest that they got for their minds to heal properly, etc. Find out what that is for you to prepare for your mind to be your best. Write it out and then make that happen. Be mindful of the times that this is most required for your biggest output so you can be your best, so you can accelerate in your career, so you can make a great impression on others for the cross, for Jesus, for Christ, so we can, take the gospel to the world. Because as you know, I believe deeply, the higher up the chain of command we go, the bigger impact we can have for Christ. So knowing how to prepare your mind to be its best is a critical function for this opportunity. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for 2 new videos each week. Tell me in the comments below about your career situation, and I'll make a video for you with a shout out. You can also become a member at Motivationeer.com. Your career is not just a way to make a living, it's a way to transform the world.